Welcome everyone that's joining. I'm just going to give it a minute just so everyone has time to join in. It's great. Wonderful. All right, we'll get started. Welcome everyone to the HKUST-NYU Stern MS in Global Finance program, otherwise known as MSGF. Today, I am joined by my colleague, Assistant Director Prachi Bas. My name is Bronwyn Sanders. I am a Director of Admissions at NYU Stern for Global Degree Programs. Prachi and I work on the MSGF program together for admissions. So today, we're so excited that you're here. Our presentation is going to last for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to open the floor for any questions that anyone has. We just do ask that you type in your questions into the Q&A box on the bottom of the screen. Really, and our goal today is to share some information with you about the MSGF program, answer your questions, and help you understand whether the program is a good fit for you. So let's get started. The MSGF program is a partnership jointly organized by both the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, otherwise known as HKUST, and the NYU Stern School of Business. The partnership stands apart as one of the leading joint degree programs in the global finance space. Students are taught by faculty from both top-tier institutions and are really learning from both perspectives of both the East and the West. And as the program is hosted by HKUST and NYU Stern, professionals are learning from both a mix of faculties with both this Eastern and the Western finance markets. And just to give you some background, the program embarked its journey back in 2007. And for 17 years, the MSGF program has been a leading global master's program. So on this slide, it's kind of fun to show you some photos that have been taken over the past few years. And since the program's inception, since 2007, there have been over 600 alumni that have graduated from the program and are working across a wide spectrum of finance-related functions in more than 30 countries globally. So now I'm going to actually hand it over to Prachi, who's going to give you a program overview.
Thanks, Bronwyn. The MSGF program, it's a one-year part-time program, and it's designed for working professionals. Over the course of the one-year timeframe, the entire cohort of students attends 6 in-person modules, which take place across 3 major financial centers. Those are Hong Kong, New York, and Shanghai. Our world-class faculty includes top-notch professors from HKUST and NYU Stern, renowned scholars who bring with themselves industry and research insights to the classroom. Our program's just-in-time delivery of topics ensures that participants can immediately apply what they learn in the classroom to their working environment. So as a student and alum, you'll gain access to a resourceful alumni network in a wide range of industries, and you'll be equipped with a joint degree from the best of both worlds in one program. So overall, the format of the program offers a prestigious and comprehensive finance education that's designed for busy working professionals like you, with a focus on practical learning, industry connections, and a powerful global alumni community. When you complete all the modules and you successfully present your integrated project, you will be awarded a Master of Science in Finance. Now, I'd like to take some time to walk you through the schedule and the curriculum. MSGF is designed, as I mentioned in the previous slide, a part-time, one-year, executive-friendly program with 6 intensive modules across New York, Hong Kong, and Shanghai. We have 1 intake per year, and right now we're currently accepting applications for the class of 2025, beginning in November 2024. The curriculum in our program covers a broad range of finance topics that are always evolving based on current trending topics and competencies, so we can stay competitive in the finance industry. Additionally, our students work in groups on an integrated project where students can form teams with like-minded individuals to work on real-life finance issues. On the screen, you'll see a breakdown of our module schedule. We regularly update the content of our program so it reflects the changing financial world. New content, such as behavioral finance, fintech, and climate risk, have all been added to the curriculum so that our students can keep pace with the latest developments in the financial world. Our faculty are not only involved in teaching and research, but they also work very closely with practitioners, and they customize classroom discussions based on the industry perspectives so that our students can learn how to apply the knowledge that they have in the classroom to solve real-world issues. All of our modules are held in person with your cohort and faculty. They take place from approximately 8:30 in the morning to about 5:30 in the evening each day, and there are occasionally some evening engagements. In between each of the in-person sessions, you will remain engaged with the program through online readings and assignments, either to prepare for an upcoming in-person session or to integrate the learnings of a previous session. We estimate that this work takes about 20 to 25 hours per week, and that is done independently, remotely, and asynchronously. Our unique modular format allows you to take just about 6 weeks away from the office, and you can take that as either vacation or flexible work time. And this takes place over the course of 2 calendar years, so it's spread out, and you can immerse yourself in the classroom with a lot more flexibility. You also have the added flexibility of allocating time before and after each module in order to complete the pre and post work according to your own schedule. Bronwyn is now going to talk to you about your cohort, or our cohort, excuse me, and alumni profiles.
That's great. Thanks, Prachi.
No problem.
So here I'd like to give you a sense of what the cohort profile is and also the alumni profile, because this is a community you will be stepping into. So here are some demographics. So obviously, in addition to the people that you'll be learning from on the faculty side, you're going to have this unique ability to be learning from peers within your cohorts. And here I'd like to share some demographics. As you can see, our average age in the cohort is about 35, and students are coming to us with an average of 12 years of professional work experience post-baccalaureate. Our females representation changes year to year, but it's usually around 30%, and we're always trying to get that number up. And in a typical cohort, you may have 15 plus different nationalities. People are coming from about 10 different work locations, and about 50% are non-Hong Kong residents. So you have a lot of diversity in the profile of the students. And this diversity really creates a robust and productive classroom experience where students are sharing their own experiences and their perspectives. And here I just wanted to share with you also our student testimonials. These are all on our website, so I definitely encourage you to look through these. And so, as you can imagine, with a program that has graduated 17 cohorts, we have over 600 alumni from over 30 countries that have graduated from the MSGF program. In addition to this, you are also receiving the access to the alumni network of both HKUST and NYU Stern, which really is, you're now tapping into a alumni network of over 140,000 individuals globally. And just to reiterate, as an alum, you are then a member of both the HKUST and the NYU Stern networks upon graduation. So now I am going to hand it over to Prachi so she can cover some additional details of the program, including the tuition details and also the application instructions.
Perfect. Thanks, Bronwyn. So as Rowan mentioned, for the next couple of slides, I will get into the logistics of the program a bit more. So starting with this slide in front of you, you can see our program fee for the class beginning in November 2024 is $84,500 US or 659,100 HKD. This tuition fee includes, of course, the cost of your tuition, but it also includes course materials, accommodations for modules 1 and 6 in Hong Kong, lunches for all of the modules, and that would pretty much cover what was included in your tuition fee. Outside of that, participants are expected to take care of additional expenses, which include traveling to all the modules, as well as lodging, except for, as I mentioned, modules 1 and 6, which take place in Hong Kong. I'll now walk you through the admissions process. Our admissions process is broken down into 2 steps, the informational stage and the application stage. As the first step in the application process, we invite you to submit your preliminary information form through our website with your resume attached. Attaching your resume allows our committee to have a better sense of your background and candidacy before we speak with you. Once we assess your candidacy, we'll then reach out by email to invite you for a brief informational call. At that point, you'll have the opportunity to clarify any questions you have about the program and see if the program is the right fit for you. If it is the right fit for you, you will be invited to submit an online application. Our interviews are by invitation only. So once you've completed and submitted your application, our admissions committee will review your application, and then they may contact you for a final interview with another member of our committee. Admissions results are usually released about 4 weeks after the selection interview. And admitted candidates are required to pay a tuition deposit in order to secure their place in the cohort. For those who need a student visa, to study in Hong Kong or New York, please allow for sufficient time for the visa application processing before the program start date. I'll now take a couple moments to walk you through our admissions requirements. Applicants are expected to meet the following requirements in order to be considered for admissions. First requirement is a bachelor's degree with a strong GPA. Second is at least 5 years of full-time post-degree work experience. Third is an acceptable TOEFL result that is required for applicants whose native language is not English, and those who have not received a university degree from an institution where English is the medium of instruction. And finally, we do look for applicants with strong quantitative skills. Applicants who have not yet demonstrated sufficient quantitative skills may be required to take a separate assessment to demonstrate those skills, or they may be asked to provide a GMAT score after initial review by the admissions committee. Here, I'll go over our list of application components. So we do require a resume or CV, which is ideally no longer than 2 pages in length. We also look for 3 essays, as well as 2 letters of recommendation, with at least 1 being a professional recommendation. We also require official transcripts from all of the colleges and universities that you've attended, as well as a copy of your passport, TOEFL results, if applicable, as well as an application fee. You'll see here with the last bullet that we don't require the GMAT or GRE score on your initial application. That said, we do reserve the right to request these scores if we feel that we need them in order to make a more informed admissions decision. For next steps, before we get to the Q&A, I'd like to let you know what you can do next. In case you haven't already, this would be a great time to complete a preliminary information form. This is an opportunity to provide the admissions committee with your resume so that we can get a sense of whether or not you may be eligible for our program. Then, if you're moved forward, you will be invited for an informational call with a member of our admissions committee. You can always reach out to us with any questions that you have at the email addresses that are listed here. And just as a quick reminder, our next upcoming application deadline is August 16th. It is also last call for those applicants who are not local to Hong Kong. I'm so sorry. Please excuse that. The last call for applicants who are not local to Hong Kong is September 1st. So the next upcoming deadline is August 16th, and last call for those who are not local to Hong Kong is September 1st. This allows for sufficient time for visa processing, as getting the visa for Hong Kong is a pretty lengthy process. So we want to make sure you have enough time between applying and getting accepted to the program to actually complete the visa paperwork. For those who are local to Hong Kong, however, the final deadline is October 20th. With that said, we'd like to now open our session to any questions that you may have. As a reminder, please type your questions into the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen.
That's great. Actually, I see one question coming in. The question is a great question. And the question is, will I be considered for admission if I don't have a finance background? So that's a great question. You know, we do expect our participants to come with strong quantitative and mathematical skills. A finance background at work or by training can definitely be helpful, but it's not a must. You know, in general, prior studies or a major in business, science, economics, accounting, or finance is incredibly helpful to the application. Or you may have completed certifications in the past few years, you know, such as a CPA or a CFA or some other type of certification that we can look to show more of your analytical skills. Let's see, Q&A. Wonderful question. Let's just see. The question is, which university grants the degree diploma? And this is something that is so important to ask, so thank you for that. So MSGF students, as a student, you are registered as a student at both HKUST and NYU Stern. And then upon completion of the program and as an alum, you will be awarded a Master of Science in Global Finance, and this is jointly conferred by HKUST and NYU Stern. So both the degree and the transcripts carry logos from both HKUST and NYU Stern, thus making you an official alum of both institutions. Prachi, do you want to take the question? Can you re-clarify the application deadlines for 2025?
Yes, and I'm also going to, once I finish clarifying, I'm going to put that in the chat box so you have it on your screen as well. So the next upcoming application deadline is August 16th, and that's for everyone. For those applicants who are outside of the Hong Kong area, so you're not local to Hong Kong, your last call deadline after August 16th will be September 1st. And this allows for sufficient time to process your visa. For those who are local to Hong Kong, the final deadline that you will have is October 20th. So if you're not local to Hong Kong, consider your final deadline to be September 1st. If you are local to Hong Kong, it would be October 20th. But for everyone, the next upcoming deadline that you would want to submit it by is August 16th, if you're interested in this upcoming class.
That's great. And then the other question is, can you elaborate the estimated daily workload outside of residency periods? And also, what is the final project like, presentation or capstone? So a couple questions. Number one, the first is, we estimate the independent work. Again, this is about 20 to 25 hours per week of independent work. So this is what we call our blended learning model. So when you are not physically in a module, you are responsible for about 20 to 25 hours of independent work. This can be done on your own time, at your own pace. And what this will do is every student is working off of an online learning module. There's no time you need to log on for an online course, so this is self-paced, but we do estimate the work to be about 20 to 25 hours per week. So you are either getting ready for an upcoming module, completing assignments to get you ready for that upcoming in-person module, or you're integrating learnings from a previous module that you just completed.
Owen, I can take the next one about the finance curriculum,
Sure.
and just get into a little bit more nitty-gritty with that. So the question that we received is, what type of core finance curriculum is taught in the program? Which is a great question. So in terms of the finance aspects of the curriculum, you will have your traditional core classes, including global macro, corporate finance, asset allocation, behavioral finance, derivatives, fixed income instruments, things like that. So those are very technical, those are rigorous, and they do require a robust, quantitative foundation, just so that you can keep pace with how rigorous the curriculum is and moves along. In terms of the other components of the curriculum, we do also touch on, outside of the finance, a little bit more on the Asian markets. We also talk about governance, and there's also digital currency, as we mentioned, climate risk. So we do try to blend in more abstract concepts into the curriculum, so it's not so finance heavy, but having that finance background definitely helps when you're talking about the more technical aspects of the curriculum. If you're ever curious about the actual what the schedule looks like for 2024 and 2025, the class that's going to graduate, we have that schedule posted online right now, and I'll drop that into the chat box in case you want to check it out. But you can read more about the curriculum on our website too.
The question is, to begin classes in 2025, are the applications currently open? Just to clarify, we have one intake per year. Every year we are we're currently recruiting for Module 1 starting this November of 2024. So if you're interested in starting in November of 2025, next year, that application will open in this coming December, when the recruitment for this class, this November, is closed. So if you're interested in starting again, November 2025, you'd have to check back on our website this coming December. In terms of the question is, what are some of the career paths, job titles for recent cohorts? I would encourage you to take a look online at our alumni profiles. As you can see, the MSGF program really falls under our executive program offerings. So in a typical class, the average age is 35. People are coming to us with on average 10 to 12 years of professional work experience. So many people are already quite established within finance functions or financial services. So people have taken their careers in all different types of directions and have different goals for coming into the program. But taking a look at the alumni profiles that are on our website is a really great way to get a feel for the program. And I do encourage people to talk to alumni as well, and we're happy to make connections in that regard. But as a first step, the best thing to do is really submit your preliminary information form with your resume, have a initial conversation with someone on our admissions committee to really talk about your individual goals and how they fit with the curriculum. And then as a next step, we may recommend for you to speak to someone that may have a similar background as to yourself. So. Yeah, and this is related. The question is, what types of careers do graduates tend to go into post-graduation? Is really you know, as I just said, related to, are people coming into the program that already, really are experienced, are looking to accelerate in different ways of their career. Some have made career pivots, but, you know, this program um, doesn't have a placement component because it is for people that are more experienced, unlike some master's programs that might be for people that are right out of undergrad. This is a different type of program for people that are really looking for more of an established network of more experienced professionals in the classroom, where you are really have the ability to build a truly global network. Raji, I don't think there are any other questions, but everyone had fantastic questions, and that's why it's so important for us to do an info session like this, to connect with people. But I want to thank everyone for coming today. I know everyone is in the middle of a busy work day, but again, just in terms of next steps, please do submit a preliminary information form with your resume. It takes just a minute. And if you have any questions for either team, you can reach us at msgf@ust.hk or msgf@stern.nyu.edu. Either address works. And again, if you are intending to apply for this coming November, please, our deadline is coming up on August 16th. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Prachi, and have a wonderful day. And thank you again for attending. Bye-bye now.